Hello everybody, Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike here, and I'm back with another edition of Front Row, these music performance reactions, and I'm back in the wonderful world of one Elvis Presley. And today I'm going to be covering the song Mr. Songman from the Promised Land album. Don't know this song, know nothing about it. This is a bit of a random pick, this one actually. What I do is when I get suggestions for Elvis songs to cover, I add them to this private playlist that I've got, and then I go through and I have a little think about what I'm going to do, try to balance it out a little bit, not too many studio performances, not too many live performances. But I've just got up. It's first thing in the morning here in New Zealand. I've got a little bit of time, so I'm just kind of going potluck here. I've just looked at my playlist, gone through, saw Mr. Songman, no idea about this song, looks like it's from the 70s. I'm just going to play it and react to it, so no fanfare. Little bit of introduction, quick reminder that I do pause these videos, I do talk over them. If that is not to your taste, it is what it is, that's how I react. But I would strongly urge you to listen to this song in its entirety if you have not before watching me butcher it by talking all over it. And also, I would encourage you to check out the other content on this channel, including the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the podcast where my wife and I go back and rewatch some of our favourite film and television franchises. And I would like to say that I have noticed a few of the Elvis fans going over there and checking that out as well. So hello, it's wonderful to see you there. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Another way you can support the channel is through PayPal donations, but please only do so if you can without causing yourself any financial hardship, because we do not want that. I'm not going to mess around. I want us to do Elvis Presley. It's Friday morning. We've got a long weekend coming up here. Elvis, baby. Let's go. Nice.
Here's another dime for you, Mr. Songman. Sing the loneliness of broken dreams away.
It's weird having other voices with Elvis outside of his gospel music. That's not something that I've experienced too much so far in his non-gospel music, so that's interesting. Love that piano intro as well. Very kind of honky-tonk, sort of coasting along. And, you know, I really like 70s Elvis. I like the fact that it has this kind of somewhat country, somewhat, I guess you'd call it easy listening now, but I find that to be a disparaging term, which is a shame because a lot of that music, you know, whether that be Burt Bacharach, BJ Thompson, people like that, it often is used disparagingly. But when I think about people like, you know, Glenn Campbell and, you know, these are some of the greats, it feels like Elvis is moving in this space here as well. It's just such American music, and I love that about it. I'm going to go back to the beginning here.
Here's another dime for you, Mr. Songman. Sing the loneliness of broken dreams away.
And that's what Elvis does, isn't it? You know, sing the loneliness of broken dreams away. What an amazing lyric. And I've talked before about how I think Elvis is as important a communicator of emotion as any songwriter. You know, and I think he sometimes gets marginalised for not being a songwriter by sniffy music critic types who prefer people who can write songs and can't sing very well because it makes them authentic. But I think that is really stupid because what Elvis does is he makes the songs his own. He finds the Elvis in it. He makes them Elvis songs, and then he gives them to us, and then we do our part of that. You know, by the enjoyment we get from them because of the Elvis of it all, that transports the song, and that creates that collective experience that we all enjoy and that we share, and that is a big part of what we contribute to the art. And that's what art is. Art isn't just something that sits in a gallery and nobody looks at it. It's the act of interaction and consumption and sharing and feeling. And we're a catalyst for it as much as Elvis and his musicians are. And this idea of Mr. Songman providing a service, and the service is saying to us all, we're all in this together. We all experience this. We all feel like we're on this lonely journey as individuals, but we're not, because we're all on this lonely journey. And if we're all on this lonely journey, it ain't lonely, you know? And that's what Elvis gives us. And that's what this song in just 22 seconds is already conveying. Elvis can do that.
Yes, it's only me and you, Mr. Songman.
It's only me and you. It's that connection, audience to singer.
Sing away the night, sing away my hurt, Mr. Songman.
Beautiful.
In your
Strings.
recovered palace, safe behind your walls of glass.
That crack in his voice is beautiful.
You keep staring like a memory from the past. Won't you sing me away to a summer night? Let me hold you in my arms again. I know memory is not reliving, but at least it's not the end. So here's another dime for you, Mr. Songman. Sing the loneliness of broken dreams away, if you can. Yes, it's only me and you, Mr. Songman.
Because that's how you feel when you really connect with an artist. You know, it's only me and you. You know, you're at the concert and you feel like they're singing for you. But you are also aware, again, of this collective experience of the audience as well. So it's this really complex, you know, incredible, beautiful thing.
Won't you take away the night, sing away my hurt, Mr. Songman? Won't you sing me away to a summer night? Let me hold her in my arms again. Take away the night, sing away my hurt, Mr. Songman.
Great, lovely pause. Wow, that was great. What that makes me think of is, go with me on this, George Lucas, the man who wrote and directed and created Star Wars, once said he never got to watch Star Wars. The whole of the world got to watch Star Wars and enjoy it. He never got to do that because he made it. And when you make something, you know, it's a bit like I remember when I was a kid, my mother would, bless her heart, work her fingers to the bone cooking dinner for everyone every night. And she'd sit with us, but she wouldn't eat. And she'd always say, "Oh, I'm just too hot. I'm just too tired. I've got no appetite after making the food." And she'd eat it later when it was cold and all that. And that was, you know, a real sacrifice for her. And I think that sometimes the creators don't get to enjoy, well, they certainly don't get to enjoy their art and what it gives us and the sustenance and the community and the comfort that we all experience from it. They don't get to experience that. And that's kind of a beautiful sacrifice. And I think that one of the themes of Elvis's career is this idea of sacrifice. He sacrificed his health. He did all of these things for his family and his friends and his manager and his fans and all of these kind of things. So you can see why, and I don't mean this blasphemously, you can see why there's a Christ-like metaphor sometimes attached by some people to Elvis, this idea of taking things on, taking a burden and sacrificing for it. Because he never got to have his pain removed by listening to his music or the things that he did. He gave so much to so many people. And of course, he reaped the rewards. You know, he had all of the money and the fame and the luxury. But of course, he had the loneliness and the isolation and all of the things that come with being the first person in the world to ever be this famous and have to, you know, the canary in the coal mine elements of having to scope out the rewards, both wondrous and gross, you know, that are available to one. And this beautiful song with this gorgeous vocal performance and that thing that he does with his voice where it'll crack, not crack in the sense of go out of tune, but it'll break and it'll give you this moment of humanity amongst all of the perfection. Is just such a amazing ability that he has. And it isn't a trick. It isn't like something that he pulls out the toolkit. It's instinct. And this song, I don't know how intentional it was, really feels like a dramatization of that, a performance of that, an encapsulation and a presentation of that. What a wonderful idea. And I think also this is a reminder of just how much gold there is in the hills with Elvis, you know, how much there is out there beyond Don't Be Cruel and Hound Dog and Blue Moon, you know. There's this incredible body of work from the 70s of this great, amazing songbook of American popular music, which I'm really enjoying going into, along with the much earlier rawer pre-movie Elvis as well. So it really is the gift that keeps on giving, as are you, the Elvis fans. So please do comment here on the channel. Let me know what you'd like me to cover next. Check out the other content on this channel, the other music stuff, the other film, the other TV, general pop culture, lazy goodness, and also donations via PayPal, very much appreciated, but only if you can afford to do so without causing yourself any financial hardship, because we do not want that. I will always be happy to hang out, chat, take suggestions, take recommendations, take feedback from anybody, regardless of whether they are able to contribute financially. That is not a requirement. I want to be really clear about that. It is appreciated, but it is not a requirement. So, really looking forward to seeing you again and listening to some more Elvis over the weekend. So, see you soon. Bye-bye.